tell us your PC wish list and you can win a custom PC from NCIX and Hardware Canucks. Check the description to learn more.
Hey guys, this is Dimitri with Hardware Canucks and welcome back to another review. We're taking a look today at one of Alienware's latest gaming laptops, so I'm really excited to put it through its paces with gaming and see exactly just how portable this powerhouse is. But this is the Alienware 17, and by the name you're looking at a 17-inch display, 1080p, and when it comes to pricing, it's all about user-defined configurations, starting at $14.99, moving all the way up to $3K plus. The model we have here is not 3D ready, but you can opt in for a 120Hz display that will also include a pair of 3D glasses. This level of customization I think is very appealing, especially for a mobile system like this one. Now when I say mobile, I don't mean you take this on the road with you on a train to play games. This is a desktop replacement that you can carry. It's just over 9 pounds, it's not particularly light, but light enough for a mobile user. So what does 2700 get you for a laptop? A lot actually. We get a quad-core i7 4800MQ, 16GB of RAM, GTX 780M with 4GB of DRAM, plus an SSD and storage drive for your OS and files respectively. The custom form factor is also part of the deal, so the entire exterior shell screams Alienware with angular design, and of course the alien head on the lid that lights up. We also get an LED strip running around the belly. That's the whole incorporation of alien effects that we'll cover later, but this machine certainly feels incredible. Many owners of the previous generation of Alienware laptops would not be happy with the new design changes. Gone is the alien head power button, we no longer have a numbs lock indicator, and the screen is no longer glass. It is matte and anti-reflective, so from a functionality standpoint it makes sense, but to be honest, it's sort of lost its Alienware appeal. On the right side we get a gigabit Ethernet port, a pair of USB 3 ports, a 9-in-1 SD card reader and a slot loading optical drive. On the other side a power plug, Kensington lock, HDMI out and in, mini display port, 2 more USB 3s and audio jacks. The speakers are located at the front and are one of the best speakers I have heard in a laptop. Alright, so now let's take a listen at the sample of how the loud speakers can go. This is at 100% volume. As you can hear, I'm speaking in my regular tone. So let's go and play this file so you guys can get an idea of how loud this laptop is.
Hey guys, this is Dimitri with Hardware Canucks and welcome back to another review. On the table today we've got a gaming headset from SteelSeries. This is the 5H V3, retailing for around $80. I think this headset...
So you can hear the projection is excellent, absolutely amazing. The speakers are located right in the front, exactly where they should be placed for really clear direction, very crisp sound, exactly what you need for gaming. The bass response could be better, it's very poor, but for in-game sounds and immersion it was totally satisfying. And I found myself to use the laptop speakers more instead of the headphones, so a big plus to Alienware for not forgetting about this very essential component in such an expensive package. As you can see at the bottom, we have a lot of intake and large exhaust vents at the back that will divert the heat away from your body, and in my experience with gaming, heat was never really an issue, nor did the laptop heat up, and none of the heat was transferred onto the keyboard. So overall, I'm very happy to report that cooling is not an issue. Having said that, the fans inside the machine have to work really hard to keep the temps down, and every time I was gaming, the noise levels was quite unpleasant. Now I'd like you guys to hear how loud the laptop gets. Right now it's not doing anything, so it's in idle mode, at high performance mode. The fans, as you get here, are not spinning. So the laptop is very quiet in this idle mode. Alright, so I've been playing for a little bit with Battlefield 4 now. This is maxed out, so it's hopefully pushing this GPU to sort of its limits. And now I'm going to be quiet so you guys can hear how loud the laptop is compared to what I was running it when on idle. The fan is spinning, you can clearly hear that if you're just playing at normal volumes. Obviously if you're wearing headphones it's not going to be as noticeable, and if you're using the entire 100% potential for the speaker as well, it's going to be absolutely not an issue at all. Opening up the laptop does require both hands to be used, and I do like that. The screen is very tight and it won't budge unless you intend to change the angle that actually goes pretty wide. It is a very nice panel with pretty decent viewing angles. It does exhibit slight pink overtone from side to side viewing and a more bluish hint from top to bottom, but everything else from the brightness to clarity to pixel density is pretty excellent. We also get a webcam that's located in its usual spot, and it's actually quite nice with full HD recording available. The interior of the Alienware 17 is coated with a slight rubberized layer, which is nice to touch, but it does tend to leave finger marks. The Illuminate trackpad is a welcome feature. It does blend in very well with the overall design and has a smooth touch interface with 2 separate physical buttons with great travel time and appropriate press feel. I do wish though that the trackpad was slightly offset to the right, as accidentally touching the trackpad during gameplay was very common. Of course, disabling it is an option when using a mouse. Now, the unit we received shipped with Windows 7. Of course, later versions of OS are available for configurations, so finger gestures aren't native to Windows 7, but you are able to customize sensitivity areas for vertical and horizontal scrolling that works very well. Now, for a gaming laptop, one of the most important features I think is the keyboard. Sure, you can customize the colors of 4 zones, it really isn't all that practical, but as long as we have backlit keys, I am happy. This backlight is also quite vibrant, visible in daylight, but we don't have a keyboard shortcut to dim or turn them off completely. All that done is through the software. The keys are reinforced with aluminum underneath and feel a little heavier than my MX Cherry Red switches, and also exhibit very decent amount of travel time with excellent bounce. Now, not only was this perfect for typing, but WASD gaming zone was automatically natural. The surface of the keys is also slightly curved, allowing better finger precision and prevents your fingers from slipping. We do have 4 macro buttons as well located above the numpad, but with very limiting options available for built-in functions. Throughout my testing with gaming and also productivity, I wasn't entirely happy with the height of the laptop, particularly the somewhat sharp edge that was irritating my arm. But this is a gaming machine, and when it came to testing, I wasn't entirely happy with the results. For a particular configuration with the 780M, I wasn't getting the frame rates that I'd expect from a $3,000 laptop. BioShock Infinite was handled properly, but demanding games like Metro Last Light on Ultra with physics off and no AA, we averaged at 44 FPS, which is playable, but it doesn't hit that sweet spot of 60 FPS. Battlefield 4 at the highest possible settings, averaging at 36 FPS. Call of Duty Ghosts averaging at 44. Of course, it wouldn't be a gaming review without Crysis 3, again delivering okay results on Ultra, and one of my favorites is Arma 3, which is extremely demanding and averaging at 31 FPS at the highest settings. Now, these results will vary based on configuration, and of course bumping the settings to high will deliver even better frame rates, but to be honest, I was expecting to hit over 60 FPS considering the specs and the price. Battery life is very limiting on this one, with an 8-cell battery reaching just under 2 hours for web browsing. This is at 100% brightness in high performance mode, kind of like your worst case scenario. And gaming results were even worse at just over an hour of gameplay before needing to charge. I also like the option to switch to integrated graphics card to save you power, so if you're not gaming and just browsing the web, it is an excellent option, plus you get over 3.5 hours of browsing time. Now, given the size, the weight, the thickness, and the poor battery life, this won't really satisfy anybody's portable needs, especially since the power brick is so massive. The Alienware 17 really is meant to be a desktop replacement, and anyone contemplating on the pricing of this machine should really consider the advantages of this over conventional desktops. Now, while initial configuration is totally flexible when you order your gaming laptop, Alienware really makes it easy to swap drives and memory just by removing the bottom panel, so future drive upgrades are totally possible. Now, before we conclude, the last thing on the list is Alien Effects. It's a custom API that changes the lighting effects on a whole machine while you're gaming, so it's another way to make your gaming fun. At least when it works. List of games is still very short, and many times it was rather annoying and glitching than dynamic. For example, playing Battlefield 3, anytime you deal damage, the whole machine lights up in red and slowly recovers to white. In Metro Last Light, the colors are different and actually change out based on the in-game atmosphere, which I did enjoy, but there are many times when it just doesn't work and starts to flash and totally glitch and just ruins the experience, even for games that are supported. I ended up turning it off most of the time to just enjoy my gameplay. Alright guys, it's been a lengthy one, so let's wrap this up. This Alienware 17 I think hits the perfect spot for a portable powerhouse with many user-defined configurations based on your budget. such as the 120Hz 3D display option. Everything from the screen to the keyboard to the clip's integrated audio is absolutely amazing. Plus the adjustable lighting system is cool, especially the backlit keyboard that is also functional. Build quality is nothing short of amazing. Exhaust is located at the rear, exactly where it should be. Plus the upgrade option for your drives or memory is welcome. Now don't be expecting to hit over 60 FPS on the highest possible settings with some of the most demanding games, but bumping them down just a little bit and you will see smoother gameplay. Now on the flip side, the exhaust does get quite loud during gameplay. I was not entirely happy with alien effects. The supported games list is still very short and the API is very glitchy. They really should address this. And of course, pricing is going to be an issue for many, considering it's not just the hardware you're buying into, but it's the entire Alienware branding, which in a way is justifiable considering you won't be able to build yourself a laptop, and desktop equivalent is just not comparable considering the form factor. Alright guys, this concludes our review of the Alienware 17. What do you guys think of this gaming laptop and Alienware in general? Like this video for more similar content. Don't forget to subscribe and we'll see you in the next one.